He's going to try to find some live Jane's Addiction. Remember, the infancy of alternative rock happened right about that time. So in order to, I don't know, undo this horrible plague, we're going to have to go back to the past.
Spend a night making love. You know exactly what it means to strip your ego down, where you are there expressing yourself wordlessly, collaborating on a moment that has an energy about it that is replenishing or even completely inspirational in a way you could never imagine. And that's the way art really is. An artist isn't separate from a person who isn't or doesn't feel they're an artist. You know, there's artistry in human beings. It's just a human function. I find answers from music all the time, but because I've most identified with music as a way of expressing myself, I just find most of my answers there. But music seems to me to be the most closely identified with my soul. I mean, I feel that it's the best for me. It just gets into the bloodstream so quickly, for no reason at all. You can close your heart and you can sleep even with your eyes closed, but you can never close your ears. You know, your voice is your essence. It's the most, ask any singer, it's the most revealing thing you could possibly do. Your voice does everything. Voice gives you information. You know how people talk in two languages, the words that they give you and the information that really is conveyed through the sound of their voice. That's how children learn how to speak. That's how people know the truth about what people, you know, you can tell. The mystery is that it's a language for something that has no language. It's an expression for something that just can't be expressed, but it is expressed. It's just the existence of music is totally audacious. I guess I always knew what I didn't want, but I prefer, it's sort of like predicting the future. I mean, like anytime you make plans for the future, an emotional future with somebody or, you know, any future whatsoever, there's nothing quite as spectacular as what the future will provide you without your help. So, oh boy, I hope I can pull this into some sense now.
You can do it now, man. Do focus.
What I mean is, when I have an arrangement in mind, or when I have a song, an issue inside, like a song coming out, I don't put a result on it. I don't put it like, I want this to do this, and I want this section to do this, or blah, blah, blah. It comes, the emotion has lyrics and a melody and a background to it, and I let it shape itself.
Are you surprised then where the music takes you?
No, because it's somewhere recessed. It's sort of like a storm that you see off in the distance, and you know you will get messed up by the storm. You just sit and wait for it. Grace is what matters in anything, especially life, especially growth, tragedy, pain, love, death. About people, that's what matters. That's a quality I admire very greatly. It keeps you from reaching for the gun too quickly. It keeps you from destroying things too foolishly. It sort of keeps you alive. And it keeps you open for more understanding. But basically, all that music comes from moving people in a live setting. Live meaning not on television, live meaning not on the radio, live meaning you are there, there's some people there in a performance space, and they're moving the hell out of you. People who talk poetically or act and express are totally devalued. Just like women are devalued. And their femininity, that everything that brings with the flow, the understanding, the intuition, not like, you know, knowing facts, but just understanding things, just somehow. That's very, very extremely devalued. It's the seat of all art. It's the seat of all artistic expression.
And I say that that is the cabin slave of the world.
It's not real life. This is on TV. It's fiction. The only way to really know anything is if you taste it for yourself. And you just can't leave it up to the media, to TV, to magazines, to MTV, to feed you life. It's somebody's corporate fiction.
I really admire great artists. I mean, totally admire great artists that have, that you know, we're allowed to fail, we're allowed to be human, we're allowed to make the most glorious dances they could ever imagine, and totally fall and get back up because it's all human. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so real. I love you. I'm afraid to love you. I love you, but I'm afraid to love you. That sucked. And that was real too. I'll tell you something about reality. Sometimes you got it. And sometimes you're sucking.
You, my love, are allowed to shed the weight of all the years before, like bad disco clothes. Save them for a night of dancing stone with your lover. You, my love, are allowed to let yourself drown every night in bottomless, wild, and naked symbolic dreams. You, my love, in sleep can unlock your youth and your most terrifying magic, and dreaming is for the courageous. You, my love, are allowed to grab my guitar and sing me idiot love songs if you've lost your ability to speak. Keep it down to 2 minutes. You, my love, are allowed to rot and to die and to live again, more alive and incandescent than before. You, my love, are allowed to beat the shit out of your television, choke its thoughts and corrupt its mind. Kill, 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 kill the motherfucker before the song of zombified pain and panic and malaise and its narrow right-wing vision and its cheap commercial gain rate becomes the white noise of the world. Turnabout is fair play. You, my love, are allowed to forgive and love your television. You, my love, are allowed to speak in kisses to those around you and those up in heaven. You, my love, are allowed to show your babies how to dance, full-bodied, starry-eyed, audacious, supernatural, and glorified. You, my love, are allowed to suck in every single endeavor. You, my love, are allowed to be soaked like a lover's blanket in the New York summertime with the wonder of your own special gift. You, my love, are allowed to receive praise. You, my love, are allowed to have time. You, my love, are allowed to understand. You, my love, are allowed to love. Woman, disobey. Women, little men, believe. You, my love, are rebellion.